We're in Genoa this weekend, where Andriy Shevchenko has got his debut club match as a manager. The Stadio Luigi Ferraris. Can he get a win against his former manager, Jose Mourinho, who he's apparently got a bit of bad blood with, but he denies in his own book? Let's find out, and let's see what Genoa's got to offer too.
Please also take some questions when opening the overhead compartments the items on your carry-on luggage. Welcome is large fallout across the majories. If you'd like to have more information about cheap flights, accommodation or car hire, just...
Good morning from Genoa, or Genova. We're here in the port city, the Odessa of Italy, for Andriy Shevchenko's first match in charge. It's match day. Right now, we arrived quite late last night, after dark. And now we're going to explore a bit of this quite historical city. It was one of the well-known kingdoms of Italy back in the day due to its port. Busiest on the Mediterranean and quite a nice old town. The weather's holding out for now. It said it was going to be raining the whole time whilst I was here, but I think it should be good. And then we've got a few football proceedings to get done before the match this evening. It's Sunday, and I mean, nowhere's really open other than cafes this early in the morning, mainly just tourists out, people walking, and focaccia shops. Very much reminding me of Barcelona with these narrow alleys, but they're a bit creepier here, especially after dark. Also, something I've noticed, I've never seen so much feces, I don't know whether it's human or animals, on the streets in my life. Just random spots all over the place. Really got to watch where I'm stepping. And here we are at the oldest banking institution in the entire world. One of the world's first banks. Well, in Europe anyway. Stunning building. It's no longer operational, of course, but it's the Bank of St. George. Opened in 1407 to consolidate the city's big debts that they had due to the port nature, but since closed down. And just out here, you've got the port of Genoa, the hotel where Shev is staying with the crew, and a pirate ship, which we'll probably discuss slightly more in a bit. It's about to start shitting it, but here we are. The port of Genoa. Cruise ships, containers, probably very windy, but I'm hoping the old mic's holding out. Look at that. Another town on a hill. Pretty stunning, I'm sure, when it's not overcast. And also right here, little jean factory, which evidently is due to the fact that jeans come from Genoa and they're named after Genoa. After the sailors that wore special trousers here, the French decided to call jeans after the Genoese sailors. Pretty shaky, that was all I can say. You stay on there too long, you can start feeling seasick. As you can see, the old St. George's Cross. And right here you've got the team hotel where Genoa are staying. Bus right there, and then here is this giant pirate ship that was made for a Hollywood movie called Pirates.
Walter Matthau in Roman Polanski's epic adventure about the most infamous, dreaded, and feared pirate of all time.
I am Thomas Bartholomew Red. Long live Captain Red!
Back, I think, in the 1980s, early 90s. It cost like 15 million, ended up being 40 million or something, well over budget, and it was a massive flop. Roman Polanski was the director, and here's the remnants of that film. Everything that's known, Tunisian flag on it. Don't know whether it still sails. Very much staying here in the bay. Giant pirate ship. People think it's from Pirates of the Caribbean. Pretty sure it isn't. As you can see, we're here at the Santo Stefano Chiesa here in Genoa, where Ukrainians celebrate Mass every Sunday. Been going on for about 20 years or whatever. However, we've just been into the Sunday school to have a chat with the boys and girls who are learning Ukrainian. I gave a little speech just about why it's important to learn Ukrainian. I hated Ukrainian school when I went, but at the end of the day, it's helped me out in later life.
Хто ще хоче що сказати? Що ви ще знаєте про Андрія?
Можу побажати, щоб вчитися і щоб в кінці може щось круте вийде з тим.
Найвідоміший українець серед італійців, тому ви маєте просто подивитися його історію, хай батьки трошки почитають, там зараз книжка вийшла, і він розповідає свою історію, як він тут адаптувався, якого він результату досяг, і він має неймовірний респект. Всі італійці, з ким я говорив, 99,9% з них, всі поважають Шевченка.
Yeah, we're going to go into church in a minute just to see what's going on before the big game later. So in case you didn't know, Christopher Columbus, the founder of the New World, was born in Genoa, Genova. And this is the chapel where Ukrainians celebrate Mass upstairs. This is the chapel where he was baptized. Possibly in that bowl right there. And here's the sign, Christopher Columbus. So we're in the old Italian restaurant near the old hotel. Gonna have some traditional Italian food. Lasagna and pesto. And pesto is from Genoa. Nice and creamy. Decent set meal here, like 18 euros for 2 courses. A little side dish. Bit of the old wine. Can't complain. Nice little dinner before match day. Nice statue to Christopher Columbus, native of the city, but he ended up going to Portugal because they didn't want to fund his journey to wherever he was planning on going before he ended up in the New World. So, hometown boy. Here we go, Genoa metro station. No idea what to expect down here, but it looks a bit grimy New York subway vibes. As you can see, Sheva will be sitting here tonight. We're currently right near the pitch. The match is almost starting. Looking forward to this one. Here it is. The Stadio Luigi Ferraris, where Shevchenko will be debuting as a club manager very shortly. As you can see, fans are getting bussed in. I think they're Roma fans, by the looks of it. The away fans getting their own little section. Game's getting underway soon. Buonasera from a rainy Genoa. We're here at the Stadio Luigi Ferraris. Andriy Shevchenko is about to embark on the first club managerial role of his career after 5 years with Ukraine's national team. He comes into it off optimism. They reached the quarterfinals, the Euros, the first ever time Ukraine's ever done that. But now it's a completely different story. Here in Serie A, he's got relegation battle on his hands. And that has come as a surprise to many Ukrainians who expected him to maybe go into a slightly more safe role, to say the least, or battling for Europe at the minimum. Similarly, there's a bit of continuity going on with Shevchenko and this role. He's brought in his assistants from that campaign with Ukraine. Mauro Tassotti, former AC Milan defender, joins him as assistant again. Luigi Nocentini, who was also his analyst there. And similarly, Andrea Zalin, who was the Leicester City winning sports conditioning coach, joins Shevchenko's backroom staff here. So he's got people that he knows in his team and he's looking forward to it. However, there's the general sense, inside knowledge predicts that he's slightly nervous ahead of this one because there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders, a lot of expectations. He's a big name. The locals expect a fair amount from him. They're looking forward to the fact that big names come in, and that sort of gives them added trust in the new American investors who have come in at the start of the summer. Also, there's questions over what sort of tactics Shevchenko's going to bring. With Ukraine, he was very progressive, wanted to play out from the back, fast build-up play, controlling the game, controlling possession, which on occasion worked, on other occasions it didn't, and Shevchenko adapted to a more counter-attacking style when needed. He'll need to do that here. He's only had 2 weeks to do it, obviously, getting the job before the international break. But in general, it seems that he's got quite a task on his hands. He's got Mourinho coming up here today. A lot of general bad taste in the media, apparently, between both of them. But Shevchenko, in his new autobiography, confirmed that there's no love lost between the two. He blames injuries for the reason why his career at Chelsea didn't work out. Nothing to do with Mourinho in that respect. However, it's the master versus the apprentice in that sort of sense. Can Shevchenko get off an unlikely positive start, that new manager bounce? Will he be able to get that win? With Ukraine added focus, the country will be watching tonight. Lots of added impetus, not only back home, here in Italy that know him very well. Obviously Ballon d'Or winner with Milan. Time will tell. But I think tonight is going to be very much a baptism of fire against AS Roma. we go. Shevchenko looks pretty nervous out there. Mkhitaryan scores, but it's ruled as not a goal for handball. Interesting. 0-0 half time. You can see that Shev's got a hard job on his hands. His team are really quite poor in attack. They've been let off on a number of occasions at the back too. Improvements in this squad probably needed over anything else, and maybe a bit more time under their manager. Not much to say. Great atmosphere though. Soaking wet, but roll on the second half. Can Shevchenko's team hold out and get a point?
A few moments later.
Probably chance of the game from Genoa. They almost scored, but it somehow didn't go in. Kept out on the line by Patricio. I think we're in the final 15 minutes, going crazy. One 0. Shev's not happy. Mourinho and the whole Roma team are bloody celebrating like mad. That's a sucker punch, because it looks like Genoa are playing all right second half. They just don't have the players or quality to, I think it's going to be a long hard slog this until the window opens. 4 minutes added time. Doesn't look like it's going to be a difference maker today. 1-0. Let's see if they can put something out. Wow. Game over. They just scored an absolute banger, a worldie. Shev's first game in charge ends 2-0. Disappointing. But there's a lot to work on, as we've already been talking about throughout the game. Look at that. Good But honestly, you have to understand that this squad needs so much work. He's only been there 2 weeks. It's going to be tough.